Hi, having a great day. You're watching JG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm gonna go over the first reactions and reviews for Black Panther since today was the premiere for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So I'm gonna go over the first reactions and reviews that just came out of that premiere. Literally, all the reviews just came out like an hour, 30 minutes ago, stuff like that. So they're like really recent. So I'm gonna tell you all the news and reviews and all that type of stuff to just give you an idea of what people are saying about this movie. Is it good? Is it bad? The positives, the negatives. So I'm gonna give you all those details right now in this video. And for that, I've gathered 6 different critics first reviews to give you, all from different scopes. At first they might seem a little bit similar, but each one has very different points in the long run that I'm going to be breaking down for you. So yeah, and just in case you're not familiar with the way that my videos work, I will move to the side just like I just did right now, and I will put the tweet right here with the first review from the critic. Then I would tell the name, and then I will read the review, and then I'll break it down. So that's the format of these type of videos that I make. So yeah, let's get started with the first one, and this one's going to come from BD or Brandon Davis, who says Black Panther Wakanda Forever is epic, especially in scope. Namor is one of the better villains the MCU has had to offer. Teno Huerta just kills it. Emotions are heavy. Ryan Coogler ups his game on the action. It's a lot to take in. Balanced so much and is so powerfully good. So yeah, that's really interesting. So this is the first review. It is kind of positive. It's not like super like rating. It's like, oh my god, it's amazing, but it is very positive. First of all, it mentions it's really epic on the scope, which is interesting. I'm very curious to see what the scope for this movie is, since we really don't have an idea what it is. I guess it's Wakanda and just like the Wakanda place, I guess. I'm not really sure. Namor plays on the better side of the villains of the MCU, so that's great. Even from the trailers, you can tell that's gonna be awesome. And of course, Teno Huerta kills it. I'm really excited to see his performance as Namor. I'm like really excited. Emotions are heavy, which you can obviously tell just by the trailers, by Chadwick Boseman's passing and everything. It's really gonna lean to that. And that Ryan Coogler really ups his game on the action, which I'm really curious to see the action in this movie. Like, I'm really curious. So yeah, but yeah, it says that it has so much to balance, it has so much to take in, and it's powerfully good. So yeah, this isn't like something that I think Brandon Davis like really loved. Usually when he does first reviews and he really loves the movie, he'll like call out specifics on everything that's really awesome and nothing bad. So I think this is something that Brandon Davis enjoyed but didn't absolutely love. So yeah, that's really interesting. And I think it's mostly because there's so much to take in that I'm very curious. In fact, as you may know or may not know, it's the second longest MCU movie that we've had, just before Endgame. So that's really interesting. So yeah, I'm very curious to see how much there is to take in for the audience. Alright, move on to the next version review. And so from Christian Harloff, who says, just saw Black Panther Wakanda Forever. If you're looking for that Marvel feel that has been missing, this is it. Emotional, maybe 10 minutes too long, but who cares? Overall, a throwback to what made Marvel special in the first place. A beautiful tribute to Chadwick Boseman. So yeah, there's a very positive fresh review, way better than the Brandon Davis one. First of all, I said this is the Marvel that people are looking for. If you're that one that doesn't really like She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, all this type of stuff that most people, a lot of people, Marvel fans have been really happy with, well, this is the Marvel you're looking for. This movie right here. So that's really good. I'm really excited for that. It might be 10 minutes too long, which like I mentioned, it's like the longest MCU movie, so I could see that. But it is very emotional, as they mentioned, and it's just something that you're obviously gonna want to watch as a Marvel fan, because it looks like you're really gonna enjoy it. If you're especially one of those OG Marvel fans, you're really gonna enjoy it, according to this review. And just an amazing tribute to Chadwick Boseman, which I'm really excited to see that tribute. Just from the trailers, like I said, you can really feel that. So I really can't wait to see the tribute in the action movie. Alright, moving on to the next section review, and this one comes from Daniel Howat, who says, Wakanda Forever is blockbuster filmmaking on another level. It surpasses the incredible first film with a high stakes and thrilling world building. It's emotional, dark journey leading to a full-scale war, but always feels personal. This may be the best Marvel movie yet. Then he continues saying, the entire ensemble is phenomenal, but Teno Huerta burst out of the scene with a brilliant, complex turn as Namor. The cinematography, score, visual effects, everything's even better than before. Some of the best crafts in any Marvel film, a breath of fresh air all around. So it's a very positive fresh review. First of all, saying that it surpasses the original Black Panther, so that's really interesting. Saying it in every way, especially in the scope, which apparently leads to a full-on war, which is really interesting, just between, I'm guessing, Namor's place and Wakanda. So I'm really excited for that. And apparently it's emotional, which we already know. It's dark, which I'm really excited. I finally think that Marvel needs some dark movies, and I'm finally getting it with this movie. And they said that it might be Marvel's best movie yet, which is automatically like, whoa, that's something that's like really high. You know, when you have Infinity War and Winter Soldier and this type of movies. So that's really interesting. Then they said that it's, from the craft perspective, cinematography, score, all that type of stuff, it's just perfect. It's beautiful. So I'm really excited for that. I really can't wait for that. And specifically call out Teno Huerta as amazing as Namor. So that's really, really awesome. I am super excited to see Teno Huerta as Namor. Like, super excited. So yeah. Alright, we're on to the next section review. And so comes from Jack McBrien, who says, Wakanda Forever is phenomenal. Easily the best MCU project of Phase 4. I cannot understand how masterful the score is from start to finish. There are no weaklings in the cast, but I had to give a special shout out to Angelina Bassett and Letitia Wright, who really blew me away. He continued saying, Letitia Wright as Shuri obviously had big shoes to fill, and I think both her performance and the character arc she goes on filled them nicely. They did a great job of keeping Shuri true to her character from the previous movies while evolving her perfectly into the lead. So that's great. Then he continued saying, Namor is one of my favorite additions to the MCU. He strikes the perfect balance of being intimidating yet sympathetic. His action scenes are some of my favorite put to screen. Such a unique and powerful fighting style. Then he continued saying, all of the MCU fans are getting a little tired of the humor will be happy to know Wakanda Forever is a much more serious movie. Jokes are rare past the halfway point of the movie. For the most part, this is one of the most earnest films in the MCU. Then he continues saying, I really don't have any complaints. I think from top to bottom, this is one of the strongest entries in the MCU and a genuinely great film. If you can't, go see Wakanda Forever in Adobe. The better sound equipment in the Dolby theaters possible enhances the god tier score. So this is a very, very positive first review, and Jack McRyan has a lot to say. So let's just breaking it down because there's a lot to break down. So first of all, also if you see my hand moving, it's because I'm moving the reactions reviews. I'm very sorry for that. But this is what it says. So first of all, they said that Wakanda Forever was phenomenal, the best MCU project of Phase 4, and one of the best interests in the MCU, so that's great. If you want to compare to the MCU movies, apparently it's going to be really awesome, so just get excited for that. The score is apparently amazing, even seeing that the best place that you can get the score is Adobe type stuff. Please go get that according to him, because the score is just going to really enhance your experience, so that's really great. Then it says that there's no weakness in the cast. However, Angelina Bassett and Letitia Wright really blew him away, especially Letitia Wright, who he wrote a whole paragraph about, talking about her character arc, and she really stepped up as an actor to the plate of being the new lead. So that's really awesome. I'm really excited for that. He also once again called out Namor, and the actor, and just beyond the actor, he said that it was sympathetic and intimidating, and he said that he has some of the best action scenes ever put to screen. So I'm really excited to see those action scenes. I'm like super excited. I really can't wait to see how he fights, especially from the trailers. It just looks super interesting. Then the thing that I really want to emphasize with this one, which is reason why I picked this version review, is like this for all those MCU fans that are getting tired of all those jokes, which I know personally I'm kind of starting to get tired of it. She-Hulk kind of went a little bit too far, so they missed Marvel, so I thought Love and Thunder, all those type of projects, they kind of been going a little too far with jokes, like it's too much jokes. Well, happy to say, just like Jack Bryan said, that this movie will not have almost any jokes past the halfway point. It's like full-on serious, very serious film, so I'm really excited for that. I really can't wait to see just like a more serious take on MCU films. I'm really excited for that. So yeah, that's my breakdown for what Jack Bryan has to say. He has to say a lot of stuff, as you can see. Alright, on to the next one, and this comes from Matt Ramos, or as many of you know him, Soups. And he didn't have as much positivity to say about this movie, and let's look over what he said. He said, Wakanda Forever is definitely a step down from the first film. It has great qualities in Letitia's right performance, Namor, and the action. But there's a lot that just didn't sit right with me that I can't explain without getting into spoilers. I'll explain more once the film comes out. So, as you can see, he did not love this movie. He did have a lot of problems with it. He did praise a lot of things, including Namor, which he put in all caps. So Namor, he really liked Namor, so that's really awesome. He also said that the action was great, so that's good, and that the performance of the show right was awesome as well. So that's great. That's really good. We're starting to see a pattern here with the positivities. However, this says that there's some spoilery stuff that he just could not agree with, didn't sit right with him. So I'm very curious to see what exactly he's talking about. I think it probably has to do with how they handle the Black Panther mantle and so on and so on. I'll see. I haven't seen it obviously, but he said he'll explain more of his thoughts once the film comes out, which I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see that, and I'm very happy that he's being honest with his feelings about this movie. I hate when people fake their reactions, so I'm really happy that he's being honest. However, it seems like Matt Ramos isn't the minority here. Why? Well, my next review comes from Dorian Parks, who said, Wakanda Forever is amazing. Clearly delivered an epic and emotional sequel that is an incredible tribute to Chadwick Boseman's legacy. Letitia Wright, Angela Bassett, and Teno Huerta give their all in the roles. This is easily the best movie from Phase 4. He then continued saying, Was pleasantly surprised with Dominique the Thorne's Reaver Williams. Her introduction and story arc throughout this movie has me so hyped for the Ironheart show. So that's really, really crazy. Then he continues saying, Daniel Guerra's Okoye is another one of the many highlights from the film. She has some extremely powerful moments across the movie. Lupita Nyong'o's Nakia, sorry if I mispronounced the name, also had shining moments, especially when it came to honoring T'Challa. And lastly, he said, last thing, the post-credit scene is one of the best post-credit scenes from any Marvel film. So that's all I had to say about this film. For just you can see, it was very positive. So yeah, let's start breaking it down. Like I said, this is my last fresh review that I'm going over this video, and I picked this one because it has some really interesting points that nobody else mentioned. But let's start with what everybody else has mentioned. Epic deliveries, emotional, obviously. Charlie Wilson's legacy was handled amazingly, so we know heard that. Letitia Wright's performance, Angela Wright's performance, Tenno Huerta's performance as Namor, and the best movie of Phase 4. That's all been said, and clearly it seems to be a pattern, so expect that, obviously. Then he specifically, was something that nobody else mentioned, called out Dominique Thorne's Riri Williams, saying that the introduction of the Giffer in this film really hypes him up for this pleasure they're making about her in the Ironheart show. So that's really great. That's something I wanted to hear. I was really nervous about this character, so the fact that they handled her really well and made him somehow excited for the show is something that really, really excites me. Then he also mentioned Okoye and Nakia, who are characters that nobody else mentioned, but I'm very happy that I mentioned them because they were really crucial and important side characters in the original Black Panther movie. And he mentioned them saying that they were awesome, that Okoye had some very powerful moments, and Nakia really honored T'Challa's legacy. So that's really awesome. I'm really excited to see how those characters were handled in the sequel, especially Okoye. I always thought she was such a cool character, so I can't wait to see how she acts now in the sequel. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. And lastly, he mentioned that the post-credit scene is one of the best post-credit scenes of Marvel history. And this is not the only reaction that I saw saying this. I saw a lot of other reactions saying this. Of course, I can't cover like 20 reactions in this video because then nobody will watch it. But yeah, the post-credit scene is something that you definitely want to stay in. By the post-credit scene, I mean the mid-credit scene. Apparently, it's incredible. It's super, super significant. So make sure to stay. Don't leave theaters. I mean, you should never leave theaters in a Marvel movie early. But specifically for this one, apparently it's super awesome. So stay for the post-credit scene. And so yeah, those are all the first reactions reviews that I have for you in this video, which was 6 first reviews. As you can see, some of them were kind of negatives. One of them was really kind of negative. The other one was kind of like and then the other 4 were like really, really positive. So yeah, I hope you got a better idea of what you can expect from this movie. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you did, then please leave a like. It would be very helpful. So please leave a like. As well, subscribe for a little bit of content, including a lot of content of whenever Wakanda Forever comes out. A bunch of content, characters ranked, top 10 moments, all type of stuff. Subscribe for all that content. And lastly, make sure to just comment down below. What are your expectations for this movie? I am very, very curious. And what are you the most excited to see about this movie? Very, very curious as well. So yeah, comment down below. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is J Entertainment. Out.